The lawyer looked straight into my eyes and winked at me. That wink made my whole body, hold it. That wink made my whole body shudder. So the last time we left off, Devon and Jackie are in Basil Thompson's office, Esquire Basil Thompson. He is a mess, cannot remember the code to open the safe. He told them to come in because he had something to tell them, but here they are waiting. Devon is nervous and Jackie is agitated because the office dirty. And we don't know Rita, I do. She sit on her front. We're reading Island Twist, y'all. Finally, I heard the sweetest sound coming from the corner. Click, 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 pop. After much anticipation, the safe was open. Mr. Thompson retrieved a black envelope with a gold clasp from under a load of other important-looking documents. Must he do everything so slowly? I began to think he was doing it to spite us. His actions seemed deliberate. The lawyer strolled over to his desk and flung the envelope on the table before asking us in a condescending tone, "Do you know what this is?" Me don't know where Mr. Carlton get this guy from, but yo, Basil. No, they're my mind reader, right? I wanted to say, why do you keep asking questions we obviously don't know the answer to? But instead, I let Devon speak since I was just a guest accompanying him. The stuffy office space began to close in on me. I was hot rather, and the dust was irritating my sinuses. Mr. Thompson must have noticed me fidgeting because after some time of squirming in my seat, he finally popped the question. "Would you both like something to drink?" Even though the service so far has been horrible, I couldn't hold out anymore. My throat was parched, and under much environmental distress, I agreed to a drink. Only moments after accepting the offer did I realize it may have been safer to wait. Wait, hold on, let me get myself together. "Rita," he shouted, "come get our client some water from Rona back." Clients? Who were his clients? And what did he mean by Rona back? "No," I screamed silently. "Not Rita, the receptionist from the front desk. I hope the water was bottled. Please let the water be bottled." Y'all go front like y'all ain't never go to somebody and they get water from a questionable source. That was a vain hope that lasted all of 2 seconds. To my dismay, the water came brimming to the top in a questionable glass from some unknown water source, Rona back. It was nerve-wracking to watch her navigate her way from the door to where we were seated. At any moment, I expected the water would spill over on us. Not only did she have a questionable water source, she filled that drain all the way up. She found her way towards Devon's side and stretched seductively over him. If I wasn't mistaken, her breast brushed his face. Thank Jackie. Get it thirsty, I eat it, I watch Devon. To make matters worse, when I asked her for a straw, she replied, "Yeah, lady, no problem." Then proceeded to reach under her left arm. She gone under the arm for the straw, with their wrappers already removed. Sanitary violation. Rita then performed yet another stretch and brush move over my fiance to hand them to me. I mustered up every ounce of home training to ignore these provocations and muttered through clenched teeth, "Thank you." "My pleasure, ma'am," she replied sheepishly. Two people were sweet me, Rita and Basil Thompson. This day was getting worse, and all I wanted by then was to get this meeting over with. I pretended to take a sip for appearance's sake and offered some to Devon, but he waved me off. He didn't want any either, it seemed. We both turned our attention to Mr. Thompson, letting him know it was all right to proceed. "Well," he began while facing Devon, "who is Mr. Carlton to you?" "He was my neighbor," Devon answered. How long have you known him? Mr. Thompson pressed. Well, since my family moved here some 12 years ago, Devon replied. Wait, is this the same kind? No, wait, sorry. Wait, is this some kind of police investigation? I blurted, springing from my chair. She well, didn't want to get up from the chair a long time now. Devon shot me a stern look. Why Devon not playing? And hinted for me to calm down. I sat back in my chair and began to rub my sweaty palms together. Devon a ramp with Jackie. Devon was like, sit down, Jackie. Stop the foolishness. Will this man get to the point? Mr. Thompson chuckled and continued his line of questioning. He wanted to know who I was and how long we had been engaged, etc. After much inquiry, even Devon began to grow weary. Sir, why are we here? Confirmation, my friend. Just need a bit of confirmation. I have to make sure we have the right person. Oh, you professional now? The right person? For what? Devon replied. Well, he responded, your neighbor, Mr. Carlton, as you know, had no children, and you were like a grandson to him. He wrote a will and wanted me to read it to you after his passing. Will what? Devon had learned all about what happened to Mr. Carlton's family. He lost contact with them once he came to America. Oh no. When he arrived in New York, he decided not to marry again. What? So Miss Carlton did have family back at Jamaica or wherever them they come from? When he arrived in New York, he decided not to marry again and worked and lived his life in solitude. Oh, that's sad. Oh, Mr. Carlton, life choices. When Devon came along, the elder regretted not having someone to give his wealth to, and so in his will, he named my fiancé Devon as the beneficiary to his entire estate. What a surprise, Devon was doing it out of the kindness of his heart. And see, I know, we don't know where in our estate, but he can get something. Miss, as a matter of fact, I could take a little break. I could sip some water, but the water not there for around the back. Let me get a little sip, and then we're going to come back. Island Twist follows Jackie Brown, a young girl who finds herself head over heels for the new island boy at school in fresh outer yard, and Jackie has the fever. But as she navigates the ups and downs of her new crush, things quickly spiral out of control when her not so secret admirer becomes determined to sabotage her relationship. So check out the new novel Island Twist over on Amazon today. Now back to the story. Mr. Lawyer Man cleared his throat, and with enough bass to make the walls tremble, he began to read. Devon Clark, I, Elroy Carlton, beneath to you. My home at 198 Newhall Avenue, Rosedale, New York. This home is for you to take possession of and upkeep to the standard detailed below, effective upon your marriage to your fiancée, Jackie Brown. So now we see how they got the house. Jackie told us in the beginning they didn't steal it. And I said beneath, my bad, bequeath, right? They didn't steal it, and now we know how they got it. He got it through this will that Mr. Carlton left, which for many people in certain places of certain demographic, this is not normal, right? So Mr. Carlton was an up and up man, right? Unbeknownst to me, Mr. Carlton and Devon had made conversations about our relationship over the years. So Jackie and I will know, you hear what it said? It said, effective upon your marriage to your fiancée, Jackie Brown. So Jackie didn't know that Mr. Carlton was like his mentor, his family member, so he shared a lot with him. Unbeknownst to me, Mr. Carlton and Devon had many conversations about our relationship over the years. He often, come to PH done now, warned Devon not to end up like him by thinking that money and success was more important than building a family, and encouraging him to invest in solid relationships. So Mr. Carlton paid it forward, right? He made choices, and that's what life is about. Everybody makes choices, and we can definitely learn from each other's choices. So in this case, even though he couldn't make Devon, he kind of wanted Devon to make better choices. Although I knew virtually nothing about Mr. Carlton, apparently he knew a lot about me and was guiding was a guiding influence for many choices that Devon made over the years. Because Devon does sound like he has his stuff together, aside of the little frugal extraness he be into. Devon and I looked at each other slack jawed, but Mr. Thompson was oblivious to our amazement and determined to continue reading. He effectively interrupted our sidebar moment. So the two of them, I look like, what the? They can't lock them out. Lock him out. Shall I go on? He asked, barely hiding his disapproval at our apparent lack of attention. Ahem, the lawyer huffed. Dang, mister, what is your problem, Basil? Then assumed an official air that really didn't suit him as he continued reading. This dude is making weird sounds on the phone. He's scheming. His office dirty. He got an unprofessional, and he feels like, this is his professional duty as a lawyer, but he's not feeling, this sentimental moment between them two. Anyway, also, there are monies that will be dispersed at 1 year intervals, which you are to use to maintain the unit and pay taxes. Again, because sometimes you inherit stuff, but you're not in the position to maintain it. So Mr. Carlton had foresight, right? In the interim, you're to start your career and work your way up so that you will understand the value of earning $1 for yourself. What a responsible man. I've included an engagement gift to help towards the expenses of planning your wedding. What? Them all get, hey, Mr. Carlton. I would have loved to be there in person, but since I cannot, please accept this gift in advance. The first disbursement concerning the house will be given after you move in. The home will have no furniture. You must start from scratch, filling it with love. And this could mean why Jackie told us when they first moved in, there was nothing there, right? They had to take little and little till they moved where they were going. After remaining happily married for 10 years, you will receive a lump sum of $100,000. He gave all his life savings, at which time you can move on, rent out, but never sell the property. Oh, Mr. Carlton, it may not seem much to some, but that was his entire life savings and the house that he worked for, never having contact with his family. Wow, wow. You don't think so? I never did write it, but even in writing, the characters take on their own life, right? I nearly fell over on the desk and came very close to knocking the nasty water all over the floor. Devon's face looked exactly like it did in the 6th grade when Miss Margaret called on him to explain what he thought about birds and bees video she had just shown in class. I tried to whisper his name, but he was non-responsive. So she's like, Devon, Devon. And Devon not said nothing because Devon's shocked. We were both at a loss for words. The last thing I remember hearing is Mr. Lawyerman saying he would be the acting attorney over the will to ensure that the wishes of Mr. Carlton were carried out. So now this unprofessional man is about to be in their life. He's the fiduciary of this will, and he's about to be in their life for the next 10 years. Father, help us all. The lawyer reached across to his cluttered desk and handed Devon his card. Oh, this is my card, Mr. Devon Brown. Oh, what Devon name anyway? Hold on. What Devon last name? I don't think. No, Jackie Brown are on our maiden name. For right now, him just name Devon till we find out what his name. Cause me no remember. It says, you and I will become well acquainted over the next few years. Here are my contact numbers. Feel free to call me anytime. So they kind of have like a little insurance, but it's meted out in small measure. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, wow. You have it, but you don't have it, right? Devon reached for the card, and as he leaned forward to retrieve his wallet from his back pocket, the lawyer looked straight into my eyes and winked at me. That wink made my whole body, that wink made my whole body shudder, and he got filed away with his trashy office and receptionist. I couldn't wait to get out of there. We both rose from our chairs and thanked him for his time. I'll be in touch, Devon said. Good day, sir and ma'am, called Rita as she closed the door behind them. And that is the end of chapter 2. Miss Say, what a pop-up. What a puppy show. What a thing. Devon, I'll get money. And Rita, I'll give people nasty water. And Jackie get writing a will. And the two of them are going married and all the money for the wedding. And the liar man, he just questionable. Let me know what you're thinking in the description below. You don't know already, stay tuned for chapter 3 of Island Love. I had a blast writing this book. This book is funny. They said, Toni Morrison quote said, if you don't find a book that you would want to read, then you need to write it. And that was the quote that inspired me to write this book. I don't know why the book had to be written, because it was a book that I would want to read and enjoy reading. So I hope you're enjoying it. And again, we'll talk again.